This is the question asked in today's SkillTrack Daily Challenge. So in the first line of our input, we are given an integer as input, and it is given in the question that we have to accept our input in a string format because the length of the input can be up to 100. So it will not be possible to store a 100-digit integer into data types like integer or long. So that is why it is given in the question that we have to accept our input in a string format. So we will be storing it into a character array, and then after accepting our input, our task is to find the largest possible odd number that can be formed using these digits. So here our input is 1 2 3 4 5 6. So using these digits we have to find the largest possible odd number that can be formed. So to do that, first let us generate all possible substrings of different lengths for the particular given input. So here I am going to calculate the different substrings of different length. So these are all the substrings that can be found. So the first line contains the substrings of length 1, and then the second line contains the substrings of length 2, and then the third line contains the substrings of length 3. So like that, length 4, length 5 and length 6. So these are all the possible substrings that can be formed. Now we have to find the largest possible odd such substring. So let us find the maximum in every row first of all. So in the first row 1, so this substring is odd, and then 3 is odd, and then 5 is odd. So totally there are 3 odd substrings in the first line. So the maximum out of 1, 3 and 5 is 5. So till now the current maximum is 5. And now we have to go to our second row. So the second row contains the substrings of length 2. So here the odd substrings are 23 and 45. So remaining substrings are even. So the only two odd substrings are 23 and 45. So the maximum out of 23 and 45 is 45. And till now the current maximum is 5. So 45 is greater than 5. So now we have to update our current maximum as 45. So I am highlighting it. And then in the third row we have the odd substrings as 1 2 3 and 3 4 5. So the remaining 2 3 4 and 4 5 6 are even. So the maximum out of 1 2 3 and 3 4 5 is 3 4 5. Until now the current maximum which we have found is only 45. So 3 4 5 is greater than 45. So now the current maximum is 3 4 5. And then in the substrings of length 4 we have to find the odd substrings. So here we have 2 3 4 5. So this is a odd substring. So the remaining 1 2 3 4 and 3 4 5 6 are even. So 2 3 4 5 is the only odd substring, and this 2 3 4 5 is greater than the current maximum 3 4 5. So it should be updated as 2 3 4 5. So this is the current maximum now. And now in the substrings of length 5 we have one substring that is odd. So 1 2 3 4 5. So 1 2 3 4 5 is greater than 2 3 4 5. So again the current maximum must be updated, and now 1 2 3 4 5 is the maximum. And then the last substring is of length 6, but it is an even substring. So this cannot be taken into consideration, and till now the current maximum which we have found is 1 2 3 4 5. So this should be our output, because beyond this we are not able to find a maximum substring. So in our output also we can see that we are printing 1 2 3 4 5. So this is how we are finding the maximum, that is largest odd number. So what we are doing is, first we are accepting our input in a string format, and after accepting our input in string format we are going to generate all possible substrings of different length. And after generating the substrings we are going to find the maximum substring that is odd, and we are going to print it as our output. Suppose if you are not able to find even a single odd substring, then in those cases we can print nothing in our output. So if you are not able to find even a single odd substring, then we have to print 0 in our output. So for example, let us see our sample input 2. So this is our sample input 2. So our input is 4466. So let us generate all possible substrings. So first I am generating the substrings of length 1, and then the substrings of length 2 will be 4 4 4 6 and 6 6. And then the substrings of length 3 will be 446 and 466. So these are the two possible substrings of length 3, and then the input string itself, so it is nothing but a substring of length 4, so 4466. So here we can see that none of the substring is odd, all are even, so we are not able to find even a single odd. So in these cases we can see our output is 0. So that is our task. Now let us see how to write a C program for this. So first I am creating two character arrays named str and max, and we will be storing the largest odd number into this character array max. So initially it must be minimum, so I am setting max is equal to 0, and since it is a character array I am storing it into a double quotes. And then we have to accept our input. So using a scanf statement I am accepting our input in a string format and I am storing it into str. So now we have to generate all possible substrings of different length for the input string str. So to do that I am creating this loop, and this I loop iterates from 1 till the string length of str. So the value of I will be nothing but the length of substring. So the substring length in every iteration will be nothing but I. So in the first iteration we will generate the substring of length 1, and then in the next iteration we will generate substring of length 2, like that. So like that we will be generating substrings. So now within this we have to create another loop that iterates through the starting index of every substring. So to perform this operation we are creating this J loop. So this J loop will be iterating through the starting index of every substring of length I. So the loop starts from 0 and iterates till the string length of str minus I. So this index string length of str minus I will be the last index from which we can form a substring of length I. So that is why we are iterating till string length of str minus I. So now in every iteration of this J loop, the value of J will be nothing but the starting index of the substring, and we also know the length of substring. So the length of substring is I and the starting index is J. So if we know both of these value, then we can find the ending index, and if we know the starting index and ending index, then we can easily iterate through that substring. So within this J loop we are going to iterate through our actual substring of length I. So to store those substrings I am creating another character array named temp. So the size of the character array temp is 101, and we have to store it from the index 0. So I am creating an integer variable named L and I am initially setting it to 0. So now we are going to iterate through our actual substring. So this K loop will be actually iterating through our substrings. So it will be iterating through all the different substrings of length 1, 2, 3, like that. So it will store those substrings into the temporary character array. So the loop starts from J and iterates till J plus I minus 1. Since we have given only the less than condition, it will be iterating only till J plus I minus 1, which is nothing but the ending index of the substring of length I. So this K loop iterates through the substring. So we have to store that substring into the temporary character array. So that is the reason why we are creating this loop. So in every iteration of this loop, we have to store the characters of str into temp. So we have to set the condition like temp of L++ is equal to str of k. Only then the characters present in str will be stored into temp. So temp of L++ is equal to str of k. So when we do so, the characters, that is the substring, will be stored into the temporary character. And after storing the characters, we have to set the last character as null. So the last character should be set null at the index L. So I am setting temp of L is equal to null. And now we have to find whether it is a odd or even substring. So we cannot convert a character array into an integer and check whether it is odd or even, because when the length of substring is big, we cannot convert it into an integer or even a long variable. So in order to avoid that, what we are going to do is we are going to check only the last digit. So the last digit is nothing but the character present at the index L minus 1. So I am storing the character present at the index L minus 1 minus the character 0. So the reason why we are doing this minus 0 is to convert the ASCII into decimal value. So the characters will be stored into ASCII value. So after converting it into a decimal value, we are storing that last character as a decimal value in the variable named units digit. And now if this unit digit is odd, then the whole integer will be a odd, else it will be even. So we are going to check whether it is odd or even. So if it is odd, only then we are going to perform the comparing operation. So only when unit digit mod 2 is not equal to 0, we are going to perform this operation, compare. So using strcmp function, we are going to compare the character arrays temp and max. So initially the character array max is 0. So after comparing it with temp, if it is greater, then we are going to copy the contents of temp into max. So this strcmp function returns three values. It may return either 0, or it may return greater than 0, or it may return less than 0. If it returns 0, it means both are equal. So for any value other than 0 returned by the function strcmp function, we will be copying the contents of temp into max. So to copy the contents of temp into max, we will make use of strcpy function. So in strcpy, in the first argument we should give max, and in the second argument we should give temp. So only then the contents of temp will be stored into max. So we will perform this only when the strcmp function returns value other than 0. So like this, when we do for all possible substrings, finally after the execution of these loops, we have our output stored in the character array named max. So using a printf statement, we are going to print the characters present in the character array named max in a string format. So that will be our output. So this is how we can solve today's daily challenge. Thank you for watching.